Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today I have a mystery kit style unboxing for you from Diamond Art Studio UK. And here's gonna be the Ghosts Doing Stuff chart to art project by the artist Teeny Weeny XStitch. And this is one of those kits that you don't know exactly even what the image is going to be until you're actually working on it and completing it. I love these kinds of projects, and I love how Diamond Art Studio UK has really developed this fun line of mystery kits that they do as chart to art. Now, if you've heard the term cross-stitch conversion, that's kind of going to be an explanation for what this is. You're actually going to be reading cross-stitch charts, or they look like cross-stitch charts, and then diamond painting these projects on a blank canvas. Truly a unique kind of mystery. I'm going to show you instead of trying to explain it further because it will make so much more sense when we're actually looking at this. So let's open it up. Your kits from Diamond Art Studio UK are always going to come wrapped in this brown paper and with their signature purple ribbon. And the little thank you note that you have here is just going to be ridiculously adorable because, oh wait, no, it's a sticker. Never mind. The thank you note here is going to have their socials on the back. I highly recommend following them on Facebook because they're constantly posting updates, previews, hints about new releases over there, and it's also just a great community that shares completed projects and stuff. I'll have it linked directly below if you'd like to go and take a look. Now, the cuteness I was referring to is going to be the sticker on the back, which is Indie approved. Indie is their ridiculously adorable and mischievous golden retriever. Follow them on their socials just to see the antics that this dog gets up to because it's kind of my favorite thing. I mean, yes, we're here for the kits, but also cute dog content. Yes, absolutely. So, open this up here. It's like Christmas every day. I open one of these kits up. Now, obviously, if you couldn't tell from the name, Diamond Art Studio UK is located in the UK. I live in the US, and I find that their shipping, the cost is really, really reasonable, and it gets to me very quickly too. And just as an FYI, they know that a lot of people are concerned about the minimums that are ending for things being shipped into the US. And as the time of this filming, it's still looking like that is going to happen. So they're really trying to look into it as much as they possibly can to see if there's a way that they're able to mitigate it as a small business. But stay tuned. Like I said, I'm sure they will keep us up to date like they always do on their socials. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But for now, you could do your shopping. As far as what's on the box, so they're chart to art kits, the ones that are this style that are more of like a cross-stitch conversion and mystery are going to come in these slightly bigger boxes compared to their regular diamond paintings. But I think the features on the box are going to be the same. So here's what's included. The toolkit is optional. You can check a box when you go to order the kit if you want the basic toolkit included, which you can see here, or if you're like me and you really have plenty of diamond painting tools, you can forego it if you're like, hey, a chance to avoid waste. I'm all about that too. Here's instructions for how to diamond paint. Newer crafters, I will have a couple of helpful videos and playlists linked below, including some videos I've done in the past about this style of kit. I have a cross-stitch conversion project playlist. I have completed a chart to art, maybe two, from Diamond Art Studio UK before, so that can maybe be helpful for really walking you through the process so it feels less intimidating, because when you start, it can feel confusing, but I promise it's a lot of fun and you'll get the hang of it. You will. At the end of the box, it tells you what the kit is. This is Ghosts Doing Stuff by Teeny Weeny XStitch. And we're going to open up and see. I think you're going to see the drill colors pretty quickly. So if you don't even want to see the drill colors, go ahead and click away and you can take a look at my playlist for more kind of information about this style of project to see if it's for you. And thanks for watching, but I will be sure to warn you in stages before you see any other spoilers going forward as well. So rest assured about that. Okay. So far you're actually getting no spoilers, but we have our actual charts in here, which I do have permission to show you one of these so that you can see what this looks like and maybe kind of understand. And also there's a particular image from this set that they use on the listing for this set and they post it on their socials. So if you just want to get a sense for what this style of artwork is going to look like, you can do so, because sometimes that's nice to be able to see before you commit, because mysteries can kind of be like oh, am I gonna like it or not? So just getting like a hint like that can definitely be really helpful. This is definitely on the cutesy side of ghosts. It's not like the creepy scary side of ghosts, and that's nice because I definitely am like a cutesy kind of artwork person when it comes to this sort of thing. But I don't know if that's helpful to know as well. I'm going to unroll this canvas and you're going to see the drill colors a bit. We'll look at them closer a little later, but just if you don't want any glimpses. And we also have a sticker sheet. So if this were a regular diamond painting and not this mystery chart to art, you would actually see a picture of the original artwork here. And this is what I would use in my paper logbook once I actually go to start working on a kit. This is legally licensed from the artist Teeny Weeny XStitch. This means that Diamond Art Studio UK has the permission of this artist to use this artwork, and they're compensating them for it as well. This is the case with all of Diamond Art Studio UK's kits. They also have a commitment to using completely human-made artwork and no AI. So if that's something that is important to you, this is a shop that has committed to having no AI artwork in their shop. Here's their website, and then your sticker labels, they are all going to be in black and white because this is a mystery. The symbols that are going to be on your charts are going to be in black and white to just help preserve the not knowing exactly what the image is going to look like until you've really placed the drills. And it's really fun, you guys. If you haven't done a mystery before, there's something that is so just magical about I get to see it revealed gradually. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but the colors, the vibe, all of that. This is going to have 26 colors in total, not a ton, and we're going to have some special drills here. These are kind of I think those are going to be those kind of glimmery, shimmery drills with the fine glare coating, and otherwise we'll get a look and see what the other colors are going to be when we're looking at the diamonds. First though, the canvas, you can see it is blank. We have all blank squares here with the exception of the grid. Diamond Art Studio UK's chart to art kits come really in two different styles, and there's an important distinction between the two. This is one of their doors style of pieces, and by that I mean each of these is an individual image, and you can interchange them as much as you want. Day one, you could do in this spot, or you could do in this spot, or this spot, or this spot, any spot on this canvas, and it's not going to affect the overall image, besides placement. On the other hand, they do have some chart to art kits that do have to go in a specific order, because instead of being a series of images like this is, they'll be individual squares that make up one larger image over the whole canvas. And so day one has to go in this spot, for example. Now, just make sure you're reading the instructions really closely. You'll see it'll say on this inside of this box that we can they're interchangeable. And if they're not, it will also say that. So just do read that carefully and know that this shop has both kinds of this kind of mystery cross-stitch conversion project. That said, if we're looking up close, you can see we have this border, and that's going to help you really easily be able to see where the edges of each image are going to be. And this particular symbol is going to match up with the symbol here. So it's going to be a special drill border around each of these images. So there is a legend on either side of the canvas. I'm going to suggest making use of the stickers though for sake of ease. And we have their branding at the top of Diamond Art Studio UK. This size on this is going to be 40 by 45 centimeters. Their chart to art projects tend to be in this range roughly, but of course it depends on the actual image size. The canvas material, it's this short lint, soft lint on the back, and it's a nice weight. I feel like their canvases do lay flat well, they hold drills well, they're just nice to work on. I don't tend to run into issues with them. Then they use a thinner plastic cover, and when you peel it back, it's gonna have sticky poured glue. Never had issues with their glue either. At the bottom, we have their socials. Those will be linked directly below. And then we have their website. And then there's Teeny Weeny XStitch's their logo, as well as their name and the name of this piece, Ghosts Doing Stuff. I do want to mention about this artist. But they actually have an Etsy store. Well, they have two Etsy stores. They have the one that is Teeny Weeny XStitch, which I think matches kind of this branding. They also have what their main one is Stitch It Picasso. I'll have both of those linked below, but fair warning, you might be there for a while because they have a lot of artwork, and it's possible that you might come across this series of images if you're scrolling through there, just FYI. But they just have so much that honestly you might be completely safe. But be forewarned, it is a rabbit hole. You may find some things in your shopping cart that they just hop in there. So fair warning about that, my friends. Okay, that is this canvas. Let me show you what's in here. No spoilers yet. Hold on just a second. We're going to open this up. I'm just going to show you the instructions here. Okay, so this, you can pause and read if you like, but each envelope contains a chart, the doors. You can select any door. They're all the same size, and so they're interchangeable. They, just as an example, they have a chart here like this, but again, you can do day 1 anywhere you want to. Number 2, anywhere you want to. Just stay within the border of that, for that one image. They do kind of ask, which this is, I think, general etiquette when it comes to mysteries, is if you're working on a mystery kit, don't share progress unless it's like nested in the comments and has a spoiler warning. So they've said specifically, like, they're, I think in general, but like absolutely in their groups, like, don't share without a spoiler warning. So that's just, preserves the mystery for those that really want to keep it that way. They do give you a separate legend in addition to what's on the canvas. And this is not a sticker, it's just a legend sheet, which is handy. Now, they showed day 14 on their website. So I will open that up to show you. But just so you know, each of these comes in an individual envelope. And inside each of these is going to be a different image for that day. And it goes all the way up to day number 20. Now, day 14, this is going to be a black and white chart of this image. You're very likely going to be able to make out some patterns in the image. This specific image was shown with colors and everything, again, on the website and on their socials. But I just kind of want to explain more about how this works by showing you this chart, and I do have permission to do so. So we're going to open this up. If you don't want to see this, go ahead and click away or fast forward. And we're going to go ahead and pull this out, okay? So this is day 14. You can kind of make out some of it, but not all of it. You can kind of see this is where the ghost is. And I'm pretty sure that this one, oh yeah, it's sweeping, which is really, really cute. So the way that this is done is that we have a symbol here, and you're going to be counting and placing them on the canvas by symbol. So what you're going to do is imagine that, like, this image right here is going to fit in this square you can see. So this top left symbol, that letter Y, is going to go in that top left square, and we're going to have a whole line of that letter Y kind of all the way down. And what I would recommend doing, what I do when I'm working on cross-stitch conversion charts like this one, is I will grid off my charts and my canvas. If you're working with the paper charts, you can use like a pen to do that. It's like a color pen just along the lines. I like to grid these off in 10 by 10 squares. So I would go through here and just do lines, often just with a Sharpie, to grid this off in 10 by 10 squares. And that makes it easier to keep track of where you are, and not, if you lose a little bit of count somewhere, then you can kind of more easily find where the mistake is. Now, in case you were wondering, if you're, a seasoned cross-stitcher, if you've done cross-stitch charts before and you're wondering, yes, these are available as digital charts as well. I believe that the section of the website where you get them has you put in your order number, and the system cross-checks to make sure that you have actually purchased the kit that you're trying to access the digital charts of, and then you can get some downloadable PDFs. I believe that they have made them Pattern Keeper friendly, thanks to some super helpful, amazing members in the community. And I believe Add More Zest, which you guys probably know her, Rebecca, is amazing and has done a lot of cross-stitch charts and conversions before too. Check her out if you haven't already. But I'm pretty sure she's the one that did a lot of helping them with being able to turn these charts into Pattern Keeper friendly charts. Pattern Keeper is an app that if you do cross stitch, you likely have heard of it and or use it, and you can import these PDFs, and it lets you select and highlight symbols and then mark off the ones that you have placed. This is so helpful because instead of me having to just sort of count and pick out, like if I want to do all of the letter Y in a section or, you know, in a row or something. If I'm doing this in Pattern Keeper and I'm like, okay, select this symbol, it's going to highlight all of that symbol so it stands out to me really easily, and I can easily count and place and see it against a grid because Pattern Keeper has a built-in 10 by 10 grid. Alternatively, because right now Pattern Keeper is still not available on iOS, which they've been saying that they're developing an iOS app for literal years now. And I'm just like, please someday let this come to reality. There is also an app called Markup RXP. That's the app that I actually used when I did my first chart to art project from Diamond Art Studio UK because their charts were not Pattern Keeper compatible at that time. So I'll link to those videos. I kind of explain more about how to use that app, and my other cross-stitch conversion projects I talk about using Pattern Keeper. Maybe someday I'll do kind of an overall just dedicated comparison video and how-to video on the two, but that is also an option. I really prefer Pattern Keeper personally, and so I, a couple years ago, picked up an Amazon Fire tablet for really cheap on Prime Day, and you can go through kind of a weird but it's fine process to put the Google Play Store on your Kindle or Amazon as Fire tablet. I don't know what they call it now. And then that lets you put Pattern Keeper as an app on your tablet. And that's definitely my go-to over Markup RXP. But I wanted to mention what the options are just so you're aware. Alternatively, if you want to use the paper chart, I would recommend instead of using like a Sharpie to black out the symbols you've placed, I would grab like a light colored highlighter, like a light orange, like just standard highlighter color, or light yellow. That way you can still see what the symbol is in case like a drill falls out or falls off your canvas, or you realize like, oh shoot, I think I miscounted or I misplaced this thing. Let me go back and check my symbols and my placement to make sure it's all correct. But that's my info dump of suggestions about cross-stitch conversion projects in general. I fully understand that this can sound really confusing and overwhelming, but once you have it in front of you and once you actually start doing it, I feel like it will start to make sense with your brain and you'll fall into a rhythm with it. So my kind of rule of thumb is don't freak out if the first couple of times I do a brand new thing like this, if I feel really overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, it's too much. It's like that always happens, but then I try it again. I take a break. I work on a project that is easier and doesn't tax my brain. And then I come back to the new thing and try again, try it for another sitting. And it feels a little bit easier. And then the next time feels a little bit easier. So please cut yourself some slack and know that it's okay if it feels really confusing at first. And hopefully it's just as you do it more, it's going to feel like, okay, I got it now. Now, before we wrap this up, I am going to show you the drill colors. I want to see what our special drills are going to be. We're going to pull these out. Now, all of their chart to art kits are going to be square drills. The reason for this is because, well, hold on. All right, there we go. The reason for this is because square drills will actually cover up this whole background. If we had this blank white canvas and we were trying to place round drills, there's parts of the canvas that show around the round drills, and so you would see this white behind all of your drills on a round drill canvas. So all these chart to art mystery style kits from Diamond Art Studio UK are going to be square drills. The good news is I feel like their square drills are pretty solid in terms of quality. So they are pretty consistent in size and shape. They're made of resin and not terribly trash prone. I've had a pretty good experience with their drills in the past. Their drills are static prone. This is something I'm happy to work around, quite honestly, but I will acknowledge that static can be really, really frustrating to deal with. Kitting up can take a really long time, and it can feel like I just want to throw this across the room. I give up. I'm not doing this. But static is just a natural byproduct of resin, which is what makes up these drills. It makes them really good quality, and putting them in plastic. This is an issue with a lot of diamond painting companies, my friends. If you are willing to use some workarounds, it's worth it. I promise it's worth it. What I like to do is I like to grab a whole dryer sheet, just a full dryer sheet, lay it out here. I'm going to cut open this bag. I'm going to pour the bag of these diamonds straight into that open dryer sheet, sift it around a little bit, and then pour the drills directly from that dryer sheet, make a little funnel, and pour it into your storage container or bag, like a little Ziploc bag. And that is going to help dispel so much of the static right out the gate. It can be kind of a pain to get these out of the bag sometimes. So if you're having trouble getting the drills out of the bag, cut up another dryer sheet into small squares, cut up a little opening in the side of the bag, tuck that little dryer sheet square in there and kind of shake it around. That will help you at least then get the drills out of the bags. There's workarounds here, guys, that will work and make your life easier, and it's worth it. It really is. Special drills are here at the end. So we have $6.99 of this glimmery shimmery drill. These diamonds are gonna have a fine glitter coating on the top that's gonna give them a shimmery look. It is subtle, but is definitely gonna stand out from other drills and enhance the painting. This is my favorite kind of special drill. I think they're so incredibly pretty. I love them so much. So we have this deep dark green color. We have a lighter green color, 701, an even lighter color of 703. And then this dark blue, no, that's not actually the outlining color. I was wondering, I was like, wait, is 820? It is not. This is not the outline color around the edges. This is just, there's 3 bags of this dark blue, but you can really see the glitter coating on the tops of these. That's so pretty. And then we have 947. This is going to be the color that is these outlines on the canvas. It's going to be this bright orange color, very, very Halloween-y. I love it. So those are going to be our special drills in this kit. That's really fun. It's when I think of Halloween and like ghosties, I don't really think of dark blue as being a chief color. But now that I'm thinking back to the specific image that they did show on socials and on the listing, it makes sense. It makes sense. Now, one last thing that I did want to mention is that this project would be perfect for Drills and Chills. Diamond Art Studio UK is one of our sponsors for Drills and Chills this year, and they're offering a discount code, which they don't offer a ton of discount codes. This is something I would definitely recommend taking advantage of if you are joining in on Drills and Chills. The code is for 15% off, and the code is CHILLS2025. The word CHILLS and then 2025. I'll pop it up on the screen as well. And that's a way you can save a bit on your purchase. If you live in the States like I do, they have flat rate shipping up to like a certain amount. You can get a few kits. And overall, I feel like their international shipping rates are so reasonable. They were recently able to lower them, which was really helpful. And I feel like since it is flat rate, if you get multiple kits, it's like you're spreading out the cost of the shipping between the different kits. It like helps, I feel like, but that's just me. But that said, I hope this gave you a nice little introduction to the Ghosts Doing Stuff Chart to Art project from Diamond Art Studio UK. I am very, very strongly considering doing this one for Drills and Chills this year because it is really, really fun. So stay tuned. Because it's been a minute since I've done a cross-stitch conversion, and this might be the one. And by the way, if this kind of project isn't necessarily your jam, but you still want to see what else they have to offer, they have a ton of more standard diamond painting kits, including a whole collection that would qualify for Drills and Chills for sure. If you're not looking for seasonal stuff, they have lots of other stuff too. If you're looking for max color count kits, the first kit that I did from the shop was Outside the Sweet Shop, which had 197 colors and was spectacular. That'll be with the other like mountain of links in the description box of this video. Just go and check them out if you haven't already. They've got great stuff. They do hand charting. Their customer service is top notch. They're just a really, really solid small shop that's available in the diamond painting world. You guys, thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Is this a project that you're going to add to your wish list? Is it really not necessarily your jam, like your kind of project, and you're just going to enjoy watching others work on it? Or is it already on the way to you? I always enjoy seeing what your thoughts are and appreciate so much that you took the time to watch this video. Thank you. If you're interested in seeing more diamond painting videos from me, including potentially working on this one this fall and other diamond painting unboxings and reviews, as well as weekly whip and chats and other tutorials and how-tos, I'd love to have you here as part of my community. Feel free to subscribe. Either way though, I hope you are doing very well and that you have a day and a week that's as wonderful as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.